All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to April here on the Calmlands farm. I am going to pop into this calendar mode here and take a look and see if we want to plant oats or corn, sunflowers, soybeans, any of those things. Now is the time. If you recall the lower field down here, a few episodes ago, we planted in grass. It should be limed right now. That's what we should be seeing. We might see grass poking up through the lime. Okay, I took away the lime state. I mean, it counted it, but our yield bonus is at 75%. So this needs to be sprayed. And this big field needs to be, these two fields across the street need to be planted in soybeans. Just fair warning, I'm going to tab over to my vehicles. We also need to check and see the status of the animals. I did fill the, partially fill up the TMR, but they might need. So the free range, these are our main cows. They need water. So I might top off the milk and use the milk truck to get them water. The other cows across the road are doing okay. We're not yet to the point that we're going to be cutting and making hay for those cows across the road, but that is in our plan for this year. We're going to use this field to make essentially like grassland hay, and we're going to use the lower field to make good hay for these cows. So we got to get the planter going, the big planter, and planting soybeans. I think either one will plant soybeans. I think this one will do soybeans also. What I might do, let's check. That's oats, canola, soybeans. Okay, so what we can do is get this one going on the little field. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put this on a worker on the little field. Why is that not filling? Maybe this one? Interesting. So maybe the silo is empty. There it goes. Yeah, now the silo is empty. Sure. Did it buy it? Silo is empty. Buy. Yes, I'm sure. Boy, that's pricey. It makes me sad that we weren't able to get the slurry working on this big barn. Alright, how about here? Do I need to be closer? Or are you out of seed? There we go. Alright, so off we go across the street here. As you might be able to tell, the two different fields are not in the exact same state. So I will go ahead and just put that on a worker, and they can figure out what angle they want to go on. Or it will keep my weird angle that I started on. That's whatever. Actually, let's use the black stripe that we have had parked here for way too long. And this will be our planting tractor for the big one. And we need to set one of the tractors spraying the lower field. We're gonna get a lot done this April. We'll have a nice big soybean crop in and basically 2 different hay crops. And then we've got these 2 fields in the back. I'm pointing, like you guys can see me pointing, but these 2 fields in the back that'll have grain for us soon. I forgot to sell the grain over the winter time. Oops. Alright. I think I can spray with the 460 because I don't think you need a 3-point to use the sprayer. Oh gosh, reverse. There it is. Leave me a comment if you were here from the beginning and you remember the very first tractor we had that wouldn't reverse faster than 1 mile an hour. That was very unfortunate. Oh, what is this? I forget what I put in here. That is liquid fertilizer. Precisely what we need. Oh, because I have herbicide in here. I'm gonna put, what is it, like Control U or something like that? Remind me. Oh, it's just I. Perfect. So we'll get what's in this IBC, and then we'll back up and top it off. I don't know that this is the most economical way to fertilize our hayfield. Probably not, but we're doing it. Well, start overloading. I don't want to overload. There we go. Off we go. Get this started on the lower field, and then I will use the black stripe on the upper field. Now, one thing I don't love about our design here is there's not really a good farm road from this farm down to the lower field. You can go around the outside of the cows, or you can cut through the front yard of the house. There's kind of a way there, but that rock is in the way. So a little bit of suspension of disbelief, and it's okay, but could be better. Not my best design work is what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. I'll be honest, spraying is kind of a fun little job to do, but like everything else, once you've done it a few dozen times, it becomes pretty repetitive. So I'm going to make this turn, and I'll put it on the worker and let them get it done. I don't know if it's going to need a refill. I feel like it's possible to do this all with one, but they're going to waste. Workers always waste a little bit on the ends. Okay, and then do I want to do milk? No, I want to go ahead and get the planter started. So back a little more. There we go. So this is not going to fertilize while it goes. Good to remember. Pretty sure I bought these together. This tractor and this planter. Very nice setup. If you haven't seen me run this before, or when it's unpacked and really rolling, it looks quite cool. I think I'm just gonna go down the middle here. I think I'm just gonna run straight forward, straight to that dot down there. So look how wide it gets. And then we go down, turn it on, boom. Boom, baby. Look at that. IH power, baby. 1566 black stripe with a Cyclo Case International. What is it, 950, I think? I think it's a 950 is the model number on this. Putting down some beans. We're going to have a lot of beans this year. This huge field. Can't believe we did it all in corn last year. And I know some of you are like, huge field, that wouldn't even show up on my farm. But for me, this is a big operation. And for those of you that are a little more dairy farm purists, saying, why are you putting beans in on a dairy farm? Well, I said from the start that it's going to be a dairy theme, but soybeans are pretty common here in the U.S. Midwest, and that's what I modeled this after, even though the background here looks a little more like Europe. I think the rolling hills of the rest of the map feels a lot like the certain parts of the Midwest, so that's why I went with it. Alright, so we can turn this around. Glad the neighbor never developed this, so we don't have to worry about driving on their property. And back to it. So we're gonna have beans, grain, and hay this year. We haven't done sorghum yet. Maybe that's what we'll do next year. Do a little bit of sorghum. Not super common around here, but you might see it every once and again. I'd love to know, for those of you that are still watching the episode, I'd love to know what you think in terms of how long we should keep this going versus starting a new farm. I'm happy to keep using this equipment. I like it a lot. There's a lot of these mods are things that I have wanted them to put in the game for years, so I'm in no rush to shut down this farm. But more so, like, would we rather see smaller, like, challenge videos or more variety in the mods? Like, you know, I did this one setup for this tractor, but there's probably 20 different iterations of this tractor you could do. So maybe we start more frequent farms and mix up the equipment a bit, even if we keep the Case IH theme. I don't know, you guys, that's why I'm opening it up to suggestions. I've had some really nice suggestions on the John Deere farm that I have. Somebody suggested a new combine, somebody else suggested a new tractor. Love that kind of stuff. So if you have those kind of suggestions relative to this series, please do drop them, and I'll go see if I can find the equipment. But otherwise, I don't know if we want to pick like a certain number of episodes and just keep playing till we get to that, or a certain number of years, or number of cows, or amount of money. There's a lot of conditions we can use to be our kind of end game number. So feel free to let me know what you have in mind, what you guys would like. I've had some really nice encouragement over the last few weeks of people saying, you know, keep up the series, keep playing, which is helpful in and of itself. But then, you know, determining how much we want to keep this one going would be nice. All right, so we used just under a quarter of the seed. We should be able to finish this field with this load of seed, actually, which is great. It's not cheap, but it's going well. I think this setup is the perfect size for this farm. I just genuinely do. Not too big, not too small, just right. Tractor sounds good. Humming right along. We're up to 4 hours on this. I want to say that's almost all us. I don't think we hired a worker for this tractor very much. Little field up there is almost done, which is great. Should be able to have all of our jobs done here. Kind of want to go down and check on the sprayer, but I suppose it's one of those things that the game will let me know if it needs help. Otherwise, just let it be. Seeing a handful of stones here. I don't know if it'd be worth getting a rock picker or not. I haven't really done that much in this game. I got some on the very first Elm Creek farm I did, just to try it, but I haven't really played with it on the series that on the saves that I really am digging my heels into. I don't know if there is a good rock picker that would fit with this chronology and, you know, playthrough style. Why does that keep drifting? Stop drifting to the right. What the heck, dude? It could be that just the line was crooked. Alright. I'm sorry that I say alright every time I get to the end of a row. Just feels like you have to say it. Just feels like a requirement. Alright. Turning it around. So I believe this was the field that we put the slurry on, so we'll be at 50% fertilized. So we can either do manure or we can use our spreader, our Vicon spreader, and just spread. What is it? Dry fertilizer? Solid. Solid's the word I want. Solid fertilizer. I wonder if I should widen this field. If you look down in the mini map on the bottom left, you can see that there's just a little sliver where I was being too safe with this border. I wonder if I should just widen it next time. I'm not gonna say it, not gonna say it, not gonna say it, not gonna say it. I made it. I didn't say it. Okay. AI worker has completed their task. Did you really, or you just think you did? Looks like they did. Did they get this part that I skipped up here, though? They did not. Alright, so let's tab back to this guy here. Put you on... I don't know why it's saying the tank is empty on that one, because it clearly is not, but I guess this will be one crisis at a time here. Feels like the right size setup here. I enjoyed using the H on it as well. Might as well go ahead and get this little bit since we're here. I wonder what this yield is going to be like. I don't know if I've ever, in all the hours I have on FS22, I don't know if I've ever had grass at 100% yield. This is going to be 100% yield. Actually, it might even be higher than 100%. No, 100%. Okay. Alright. Let's, I'll take that back later. I want to tab over and try to get... Maybe? Gosh, the more equipment we get. Why would... You know what, I bet it just picked it up. This game is weird sometimes. Why would it say that the tank is empty? Clearly has stuff in it, and it's clearly working. I'm gonna wait until it's out of the grass here. Just for kicks. Now that it's running, what if I hit H now? H. Yeah, it thinks the tank is empty. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to stop it there. I'll finish this up either at the beginning of the next episode or off recording. Thanks so much for checking it out. Bye for now.